go.
Coronavirus. How you guys feeling about it right now?
It's a scam.
It's just retarded. It feels like it's super in the way right now. It's like I haven't worked so hard in my life.
For real?
Yeah, I work from home, but now everyone's working from home.
So you gotta follow up on people, and you gotta.
No, it's just like I feel like with coronavirus, with everyone working from home, there are no set work hours anymore. Huh?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. People are starting early and leaving and ending later.
Yeah.
Including myself. I mean, I'm already used to kind of work from home most of the time, but
You feel like it's getting away from your normal routine?
super in a way. Especially, I feel like I've been in prison for the past, like, how long? Just fucking stuck in this damn apartment.
It hit me yesterday.
Shit going on. Like, nobody's doing anything.
It hit me yesterday that I couldn't just go out.
You said what?
It hit me yesterday that I couldn't just go out. Like, you know what? I'm bored. Let me just find something to do. Nothing to do.
Welcome to parenthood. This is how I feel every single time that my child is with me.
That shit hit me
social distance, huh?
2 weeks ago.
You said what?
That hit me like 2 weeks ago.
What?
Because I usually try to find something to do in the weekends.
Yeah.
Like stepping out, and it's just like, everything was canceled. They were just canceling everything. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
Sports is canceled. I don't know if the NBA is ever coming back. I don't know what's going on with that situation.
Hopefully it comes back. I don't know. I think the coronavirus, hopefully it's a true wake-up call for our hygiene and our health. Because hopefully people are so scared that they're doing the right things, like drinking tea, making soup, and like trying to take care of themselves. Hopefully it creates a habit or at least some type of something in the back of their minds. But
Yeah.
I'm over it.
People have been cleaning and washing their hands.
Yeah, this should have been something that's the way that people be so clean with everything. It should have been like this, like
exactly.
So this is kind of like cool because even at the grocery stores, they're limiting like 40 people per shopping thing or whatever. So it's not like super duper crowded.
Oh.
And they're limiting how much things each person is taking. So
yeah, because people are ODing.
Yeah, because there's
buying like 50 packs of eggs. Like, you're not gonna eat 50 packs of eggs. Like,
right, and it's all gonna expire in like.
It's gonna expire. Like, you're just wasting food at this point.
Yeah, people are doing too much. There's no tissue paper, no toilet paper, nothing. And I'm one of those people where I'm literally on like I only have like 3 more. After those 3 more, I gotta buy some more, and it's just like it's annoying. Like, why y'all getting packs and packs and packs? Like, that's not the only thing that's annoying about it. What annoys me the most is that the way that I'm hearing about it from people that are actually doctors and nurses that I know that work at hospitals is like it's like the flu. But because
not all of them are saying that. It's very complicated. Some people are hyped, like y'all gotta stop saying it's just the flu, it's a serious thing, people are dying. And then some people are saying,
but the people that are saying that, they're saying it out of fear.
No,
they're saying that out of fear.
But
because
both of them be doctors. Doctors and nurses be on both sides of it.
Well, they getting paid regardless, so it don't even matter. They getting paid. They getting paid to gas it up, and they're getting paid to be regular. I knew a doctor, and he was basically telling me there is a virus. It's not as serious as they're making it seem. That's all he told me. Clean, wash your hands, do all that stuff, but it's not as serious as they're making. Like the whole everything being shut down thing. He said that they're taking it to a different level.
The reality is that
that's what I was doing.
There are people out here that's going to die from viruses that their bodies or health conditions are not prepared.
Yeah, there you go. That's the whole point.
Yeah. And they are going to die from it. I think the biggest problem why we're reacting the way we're reacting I feel like it's because usually we may plan for things, we may be ahead of things, and it seems like this wasn't like something that was planned or prepped for.
Yeah, that's part of it.
And
Also the reason why, and I understand the concern too. So the reason why it's really people are scared is because we don't have a vaccine for it.
yeah,
So yeah, the flu apparently kills 200 and something thousand people a year versus this that's like I guess it's getting close to it, but at least with the flu we have a vaccine for it. This one is more dangerous because we don't have a vaccine for it. And I guess
and
that's the
it's
scare.
very contagious as
Yeah,
also.
and it's very contagious. Yeah, it's very contagious, and at the same time, some people may have it and don't show symptoms, so you don't even know where it is. It's kind of like a ghost.
Mm.
So that's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things about it that I get the scare, that I get that people are concerned about, but there's a lot of not misinformation, incomplete information that's causing people to get scared. Like I feel like in the news, they're not for some reason they don't want to report the whole thing. They just keep reporting how many cases there are. They're not
Yeah.
really all the time reporting who's dying. Like they just keep saying this many people died, but yeah, that we what's important is knowing like what are the conditions of the people that dying. Like
Yeah.
but they don't want to say that. And it's weird. It's a weird situation going on too because I got a friend that's a cop. And he's telling me like even with him, they're not giving him much information. Like for instance, in his area, they know how many people died from it, but for some reason they're not telling them like information on where it is. They're just saying,
Can I
oh
say
yeah,
something?
there's three
All right.
deaths about it. There's 3 deaths, but like where are those deaths? They're like, no, we can't tell you that. It's like, yo,
And then there's
I,
people
I I
that,
believe like if you're a cop, you should know that. Cops have all types of information on us, but they can't know that. So that kind of got me thinking like something weird is going on.
it is something weird going on. And remember I told you I had an argument with somebody the other day about Trump being president, and he was basically saying how they're trying to do as many things as possible to prevent him from being a president again and all this other stuff. So they're trying to give him random stuff so that he could purposely so they could purposely have him like not knowing what to do so that people could see how bad of a president he is or whatever. That's what this
So
person
the whole world is infected by corona because of Trump. Are you kidding me?
right.
That's
So
the stupidest thing I ever heard. They're gonna
that's
infect the
exactly
whole
what I'm
world.
saying.
The whole world is going
So
through this crisis just to get Trump out of office.
And I think that's why he's gonna get reelected.
That's stupid. Exactly, and he's gonna get reelected. This is
Because
actually making him look better.
he's putting his face behind this.
Yeah, because he at least whether he's doing a good job or a bad job, it looks like he's doing his job. You know what I mean?
So here's another thing that I kind of see that's going on. All right, so boom, they already scared majority of the world, right? So it's kind of like once they did that scare, and people already started reacting to it, so that many places don't look bad, they had to keep going with it. They had to keep. That's what I think is going on. And honestly, with the numbers and stuff, like I'm not saying that hey, post pictures of dead bodies, but I really feel like it's a lot of cap. Like it's a lot of cap. It's a lot of cap because mind you, people die every single day. So you're sitting there telling me that every single person at this one hospital, every single person had coronavirus. That's exactly every single reason why they died. No, like people are dying. I feel like people are dying and they're like, you know what? Let's say it's corona. Somebody died. Okay, boom. Let's say it's corona. Somebody else died. Okay, boom. Let's say it's corona. Because there was even a girl that said her grandfather or her dad or something was having like diabetes issues that had nothing to do with corona, and he was already dying. And then they posted that he died from corona. And she said
Yeah.
he didn't have corona. This is just what they're going by. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that this virus is not real. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. But I think a lot of what they're trying to do to us is once they realize, damn, like we already shut a lot of places down. We already did this. We already did that. people that are unaware of what's going on, like the mayors, they're not in these hospitals. They don't know exactly what's going on. They just, everything is what people is hearing. People are literally hearing stuff and basically going based off of what they're hearing and letting what they're hearing fear, like
That's
that
how
fear
it's been
to that,
working
like,
for the
so it's
past
like
20
boom, I
years.
heard this and at the third, but you don't have the proof that all of this stuff really happened, so you have no choice because everyone around you is reacting for you to react as well.
That's been the
It's,
media. That's
it's
been the media
annoying.
for the past 20 years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
annoying.
media, I feel like that's their hope, is that people don't really actually pay attention, that people just listen to the craziness. I feel like, because once people start actually like paying attention, but people are not, people are sheep. They're not gonna listen. They're not gonna actually do their own research. They're gonna hear some shit and go off of it, and that's it.
But what research is there for us to go off of? Because everything has a different story. It's like we're researching
There are ways.
like all kinds of stuff. The CDC lying, the president's lying, a bunch of people are lying. Like they're just, it's like a big, I feel like in a couple of years they're gonna make a movie out of this.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna make a movie or a
This
documentary
is
or
like
whatever.
the biggest thing that's happened in forever. How long? Like, this is the biggest shit, I feel like, since
All I
like the
know
Great
is that
Depression.
going back to work, unless it's a swab, I'm not getting no type of shots for this corona shit. Like nobody.
I feel like they're gonna force everyone to take it.
No, they gonna suck my dick.
Like, I feel like they're gonna be like, yo,
some real stuff. I'm not doing
before you come back to this building, before you start working, you have to prove that you took this. Before you do this, you got to prove that you took it.
That's why I said if it's a swab that they gotta
That's
check something that's already inside of me, that's different. But if it's a shot that they have to put inside of my body to see if I have something, I'm absolutely not doing it.
It's gonna be a vaccine.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Because you know how they try to force you to take the flu shot?
That's
I haven't
cool.
taken a flu shot in forever, bro.
I'm already preparing myself for full-time self-employment, so they could do whatever they want. I'm not gonna be kissing nobody's ass for no coronavirus.
Yeah.
And if my child gotta go back to school with a shot, they could kiss my ass.
Then you gonna homeschool?
Yep.
I feel like that's where it's headed, yo. It's gonna be some mandatory ass vaccine.
It's gonna be some bullshit.
Denmark already on that type time right now, I heard.
Really? Yeah, European countries are super open to doing shit like that, though. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be some shit like that. It's gonna be some shit they're gonna be like, yo, you gotta take it.
Everyone that died in Italy, they all had corona. Every single person in the whole entire Italy that just died from the coronavirus. Every single person that died in New York or that got really sick, even if it was a minor flu or a minor thing, that was the coronavirus. Yeah, that person, they got coronavirus. Oh, yeah, they got corona. Yes, yes. We have 50,000 cases of coronavirus. Let's call the media right now. It's just annoying, huh?
I said, you said everything I was thinking.
Yeah, like it's just like then people are like, oh my God, yeah, but y'all over, and then people are attacking each other because another person is not believing it or another person.
That
not.
too.
It's
a
just
lot of fights.
Annoying.
Like
I went to the grocery store the other day and I ran out of gloves and I ran out of one box of gloves and my other box I couldn't find it. It's in the house somewhere. So I went with no gloves, but I had hand sanitizer. I swear, everyone had gloves and whatever, and then they had like a whole box of hand sanitizer, and they had a line, like literally 40 people in there at a time. And those literally looking at me like I'm an idiot for not having gloves in my hand. Like they were literally like people were just looking at me and looking at my hands, looking at me, then looking at my hands, and I'm just like really, y'all annoying. Like y'all just, I felt it. I was just like, y'all all annoying. People were just doing too much, and it's I'm at a point right now where I'm just like,
enough of it. It's like, yo, I've had enough.
Me too. I'm over it. I don't even want to hear about it. People
So
are so many excuses and everything. Like,
so on a lighter note, since like we all stuck here and kind of like like I feel like it's like house arrest.
mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing to keep like busy?
cooking.
Yo, I feel like everybody's gonna come back out of this shit. This country's gonna be fat as hell after this.
Obese.
Everybody cooking and freaking, but I was.
It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be pregnant by the end of this.
That too. It's gonna be like the next baby boom and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a coronavirus baby.
Yeah. I'm cooking, Netflix, working out, and learning a new skill.
What's the new skill?
How to make beats.
Oh, beats.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So you already know what I'm doing. I'm looking up how to code or how to understand codes. That was a whole entire headache, but I'm learning how to edit stuff. Well, I've been knew how to edit, but I'm using different stuff that I'm not used to using to edit and fix my platforms and stuff. So that's fun. And keeping up with Netflix, new shows.
I feel like that's the number one thing people are doing right now. It's Netflix. Notice how, like, in most conversation, it's all about which Netflix shows are popping right now. Like, I actually did finally watch that Tiger King shit. Everybody in their moms was talking about Tiger King. Huh?
You say you watched it. Did you watch the whole thing?
The whole thing.
How did y'all finish that bullshit?
Well, you couldn't finish it? Yo, you know what I was doing majority of the time? Yo, that show is hilarious.
That was like a fucking reality show, and both of them motherfuckers just all about themselves. Like the Joe Exotic dude and that lady,
and
was all about themselves, bro. Like they some
Nah.
super narcissistics, like certain narcissists. Like
I feel like all four of them have criminal history. All four of them. But that lady, I definitely do think she killed her husband.
oh no, she did it. She killed her husband.
She definitely killed her husband. She too nonchalant about it. There's no evidence because obviously they're not looking for it. She killed her husband.
She looked like one of them type of people that will kill you with a smile on.
Yeah, but I think after that show came out that they should definitely like.
She looked crazy.
But you know what's crazy? It happened so long ago. It's like all the evidence is cleaned off. The only evidence that they could possibly have is like her attitude towards everything, like all the stuff that she did with his money and all that other stuff. But yeah,
she looked like she definitely did it.
She did.
Yeah, like you said, her whole.
She either did or she paid somebody big ass, huge, humongous money to cover it up.
Yeah. So that's like the big thing right now. People keep talking about is that, but it seems like everyone's just been Netflixing it. So Netflix is doing great right now.
Yeah.
They're
doing
good.
If you got investments on Netflix, yay.
They're doing well.
But you know what's crazy that I realized, like, even though like this whole quarantine thing, people are still spending money. Like people are not. I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about in general.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, people are still spending money. They still buying stuff. Because to them, the only limit that they have is socializing outside. But because we have our phones, like you can still socialize on your phone.
Like I know for the longest time, social media has gotten bigger for sure. Because there's a lot of things going on in social media right now. Apparently, I was missing whatever Boosie was doing. I missed it. Apparently, he's like, apparently he's killing it right now. I don't know what he's doing, but people talking about him. What he doing?
Quarantine Titty Day.
Who?
QTD. Quarantine Titty Day.
Who's that? Q Boozy.
Lil Boozy.
I don't like him.
He's funny.
I love him.
He's disgusting.
No, he's funny, yo.
He's trifling. Like you got women eating each other's pussies on your live.
You didn't tell them to do that?
Huh?
Oh, that's what he's doing?
Yes.
No.
And he's like offering them like chump change, like $20, $10. And they're these dumb red girls actually sitting there doing everything with themselves.
It's really about girls just pulling their titties out. But when the girls when they was doing what they was doing, as soon as they got on live, that's what they was doing. The second they got on live, it's like a flash or twerk. But
girls was doing doing that. They
Wait,
were.
let me ask you a question. He
Mhm.
got a gun to their head?
He got a who?
Does he
Exactly.
have a gun to their head?
Exactly.
No, they did that shit willingly because they
Oh,
retarded.
Exactly.
he
No,
be
but
doing,
here's
he
the
doing
thing
it
with
out
that.
of, it's called a quarantine titty day. It's out of boredom.
Yep. People
So
bored.
entertainment.
Entertainment. People finding ways to make money, and you know what they say: sex sells, yo.
I don't even think
Oh,
he's
sex been
doing
selling. Sex been selling. But my thing with him and that whole situation, Lil Boozy got money, right?
Yeah.
Why are you having girls and the girls are even dumber than him doing these little things for 25 cash app $25? Like I would never.
I mean, Boosie got money, but Boosie ain't got that much money. I think 25 is right up his alley. Like he ain't had
What was the last?
Boosie ain't have a hit in years, yo. So
He's trash.
I don't know if he's trash,
Yes,
but
he is. His music is trash.
He is
I was
not
listening.
trash. He is the king of the South.
I don't think
I
he's
wouldn't call him
the king.
trash. But he just haven't had a hit in a while.
He's the
I
prince.
like Boosie music,
He's
but
like damn near
well,
to the South. He's so solidified in the South. He don't need a hit.
yeah,
The South support Southern artists different though.
different. But it also depends on where you're from.
I feel
Like Dallas, yeah, Boosie's is good in Dallas. Like Dallas is one of those cities where, like, he's good out here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, the South is different.
It's
The
like
South, they really support their own, and they kind of say fuck you to anyone who don't like them.
you ever been to California and listened to their radio stations?
In Cali,
You said what?
Yeah, it's different too. They got some
they're
different.
they're almost on the same wave. Like
Yeah,
we like our people, and if you don't like our people, fuck you.
it's the East Coast that be jumping bandwagons all crazy.
I mean, everyone kind of bandwagons right now, especially when it comes to Southern music. Everybody's on Southern music, right?
Yeah,
But I feel like East Coast probably got the most haters. Tell you the truth, when it comes to like hating on other people's music, it's definitely East Coast. A lot of people in other regions actually like they really do be supporting each other. East Coast, they only support East Coast shit. You know what I mean? And they shit on other people. While in the South, I feel like they don't shit on other people. They support their own without having to shit on other people. But it's definitely a different vibe. But yeah, a lot of people. Back to what I was saying though. But a lot of people are finding things like they're using the internet these days. The internet is and social media is like in this situation is getting really big.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is.
Because they were also talking
level,
about
like,
DJs.
more
Putting
people
all
are
these,
watching. YouTubers are making money.
Yeah.
Yo, quick question. I had a random joint I was talking about today. Maybe you want to ask you a question, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but I just want to know your perspective. How do you feel about people that cross, get into the Greek life, and then get out of it?
What do you mean by get out? Just like not active?
Denounce it.
That's fine. It is what it is. I don't care about. I'm not super like gung ho on Greek shit. Maybe when I was a neo, when I had just crossed, yeah. But these days it's like, yo, do you? Because at my age, I understand that it's not the most important thing in everyone's life. People have kids and a family and church and stuff like that. That's definitely more important. And people could kill me for that. That shit's definitely more important than Greek life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand when people are just like, yo, I ain't got time for that shit right now. I just need to do life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I mean? Because that's how I am. But at the same time, I don't think you should disrespect it. I don't think you should like be on some like fuck these people or fuck these people.
I ain't hear nobody say that, but I just seen a couple of drawings where it's like people maybe they've been they were a little overzealous, at least what they make it seem like. But they make it seem like, like they didn't know, and now that they know this information, it doesn't make sense. what they got involved with, type shit. I was just wondering how you
Yo,
felt.
are you talking about people that be trying to make it seem like it's some cult type shit?
Not cult, but more so like, well, the Bible says this, and then I had to take this oath and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
That's all I'm saying.
The stuff we had to do, at least for my frat, it is not that serious, yo. It ain't no like devil worshiping type shit. Like, as a matter of fact, everything we do is on the Bible. It's a very Christian based religion. I mean, not religion. That's another thing. People think it's actual religion. It's a Christian based organization. Well,
That's why that's the shit I see too.
at least Kappa is. I don't know about the other ones, but we're definitely Christian based.
I definitely believe that fraternities are very helpful in the sense that, as far as like the general idea is brotherhood, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the main part. Yeah, brotherhood.
And then it goes,
Brotherhood, and depending on the fraternity, but specifically black fraternities, is brotherhood and advancing black culture.
right.
So it's very, I mean, you got to understand why it was started, right? It was started because we were the outsiders to shit, and we were denied a bunch of stuff, including being part of the in crew for like all these white organizations.
Yeah.
And
So
it's the
y'all
same thing with,
actually did that.
and same thing with the Black Masons. You know what I mean? Same situation. They weren't included in certain things, so we said, "Fuck it, we're gonna start our own thing.
Right.
We're gonna start our own thing. We're gonna support our own people. We're gonna start our own what you call it, legacy of things. Because back in the day, it's like, and not just back in the day, human nature to advance, you need people, right? People need to come together. People need to support each other. You need a group to make to advance a culture.
Right.
And back then, the only people that had the advanced culture organizational power were white people. And it
Right.
was hard for us to get into that. It was hard for us to move to join those groups because they wouldn't let us join those groups. For instance, like even the group of like even the whole thing of being in college, you know what I mean? Certain things we couldn't do, so we even started our own schools to advance our own people. We started our own organizations to advance our own people, so we could start building our networks. We don't have to depend on white people's networks anymore. We could just have our own shit.
So basically, you guys like were started for the self-reliance, specifically in the case of black fraternities for black people,
Yes.
black men and black women
Yep.
that were sorority women.
Black empowerment, black advancement, to
Yeah.
give black people in college
Honest opportunity.
an opportunity to join a powerful network, or at least when it first started, to start a powerful network. Now you're just joining into it.
Okay.
You don't have to join Beta Kappa Gamma. That's like their founding fathers were slave owners and shit. You didn't have to join them. Now you could join a black fraternity their sole purpose is to advance black people, advance black communities. You know what I mean? Because for instance, for Kappa, one of our biggest thing is called is the Kappa League. Well, we have two things: Kappa League and God Right, where both of those, the main focus on both of those is to go into into the community. For Kappa League is helping boys, but they're like joining into the Kappa League. But Guide Right is you go into a community, specifically some type of school or something, and you kind of adopt it and advance it by. So it's very much about giving back to our communities, specifically black communities.
Okay, so the denouncers might be sucked. Real quick though, I know we skipped over coronavirus. I was looking at some of our notes from the. How do you feel about social distancing?
I mean,
and what's forthcoming of it?
I can maybe, guess what it may cause in the future, as far as like, I feel like it's going to make a lot of people more, antisocial for sure.
Okay.
Even the quarantining thing, I feel like a lot of people are gonna come out of this shit being fucking weird socially. I feel like people are gonna be like, "Yo, I'm not used to this shit anymore." Like, like mad weird
About to shake your
socially.
hand and shit like that.
Not just that part of that for sure. Like people are gonna be like less, less inclined to like get around each other. But at the same time, I think if this lasts long enough, people are just gonna be weird, like socially awkward.
Lou, the question was the possible effects of social distancing. Well, how do you feel about it in general, like now?
I think it's gonna create a lot of hate. I think a lot of people are gonna be like claustrophobic, germophobic. They're gonna basically like target people for being sick or just for like not doing what they're doing. Everyone that is gonna be wanting everyone to be doing the same thing, and everybody's not the same. I think right after this is done, a lot of people are gonna spend a lot of money. A lot of money is gonna be.
Yo, you know how many? Yo, when this shit's done, you know how many Corona themed parties they're gonna have? Like finally free from Corona free parties and such shit. Like, yo, they're gonna make mad. Clubs are gonna make mad money off of Corona, yo.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, people gonna lose it.
Nail tech's gonna make a lot of money. Barbers, all that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cause I mean, people still are learning how to be self-efficient. But let's say you don't, like, for example, let's say you don't have no clippers in your house. Every guy don't have clippers in their house. You gotta buy that.
Most guys do.
So everything that people have to now do that they remember the other day, Zoe. Mm-hmm. When I was like, yo, I need a shave, and I went to the store and I was in desperate need. I was like, I'm just going to get anything because I'm not about to be coming out here looking like Wolverine when I'm done.
Yeah, looking like Sasquatch.
So I was like, yo, I don't even care. Like, I will. Yeah. I was like, no, this is not going to be me. Yeah. So like, just imagine, I gotta be my own nail tech. I gotta be my own stylist. I gotta be my own everything. But me versus a lot of people that weren't used to this, I already was mostly self-efficient with a lot of stuff. I was always home. Even when my child was at school, like I still was always home. So this is not really affected me too much because I didn't really have like a super duper social life like that. Mm-hmm. My social life was online. My social life was on my phone. So it's not affecting me socially that much. It's just like little things that I want to do, I can't do. And most of my time I spent outside the house was at a grocery store. So that never changed.
Funny thing is what you just said. I feel like that's most of the world before Corona, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just heightened.
Yeah.
Like now everyone's doing it. Even like I feel like maybe if I wasn't so strongly against TikTok, I probably would have gotten TikTok just because I'm in quarantine. Like,
listen, there's nothing wrong with TikTok. It's interesting things on here. It's just that the challenges are like that dance, whatever that thing is.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just feel like enough is enough.
It get old quick. I'm just
tired of joining some new shit. I'm just like, all right. I got into Snapchat mad late, and I was just like, this shit's boring. And then now I feel like, you know what, I'm done. Instagram is it for me, yo. After Instagram, I don't need shit else.
The only place that I socialize for free is on Twitter. That's it. And my regular Instagram. That's it. Everywhere else is a business. I swear. You can't follow me on Snapchat for free. You can't do nothing.
Hold on. You could pay to get follows on Snapchat?
No, you can illegally send somebody a cash chat.
Word?
Not illegally, but like you can charge people to follow you.
I didn't know that.
People have been doing this forever. They call it Snapchat Premium. So Snapchat Premium, let's say you have Snapchat and you make your Snapchat private, and if somebody wants to add you or they want you to accept their friend's request, they gotta pay you.
Oh shit, I know.
That was some dry snitching shit, but hear me out though.
That was some what?
No, that was some good. No, that was good information. I didn't know they do shit like that.
Yeah, people do this all over. Everyone does it, not just females, guys, everything. If you're a personal trainer.
Let me ask you guys another question.
Mm-hmm.
Good question. Do you guys think what coronavirus is going to do is going to create more motivated people in the times of crisis? Or if the stimulus bill really becomes a thing that people receive, will it still keep people conditioned to be trained to receive things from government? Specifically, impoverished.
I don't know about that because that stimulus bill is bullshit, yo. Who's gonna make money off of that?
Wait,
Most
say
people,
that last part again.
The stimulus bill is like what, $1,200 for like, and they're telling you like hold on to this for 2 months. Like $1,200 ain't shit for
relative. That's relative to how much you feel like $1,200
for 2 months, yo. That's not even like that's less than minimum wage.
Because I don't like the government and how they process their stuff, and I'm not like a welfare person. Like I have health care towards them, and that's it. Like they literally give me $16 for my food stamps, so that's not a lot. And I'm not like a millionaire. Like I don't have a lot of money, and I'm a single mom, and that's how much they give me. So I'm not pressed about getting a hand from the government like a lot of people are, because there's always something behind that.
So are you more motivated?
You said what?
Are you more motivated?
I'm motivated to do my own thing. I'm motivated to be freaking efficient to the fucking T. I'm motivated to, never have to depend on them. Like for the last 3 months, my groceries been paid with my money. And I don't work full time. I don't have a full time 9 to 5. My groceries paid with my money.
Yeah, that's dope.
You said what?
I said, say it with your chest.
Say it with my chest. No, seriously, like my friend called
She really
me today,
did that too. She was like,
my friend called me today.
Friend.
She was like, all her stuff got cut off. Her food stamps, her everything, her cash assistance, all that. I don't even get that. So I was like, dang, that stuff really be affecting people when you have nothing.
So here's the thing. Not for you, but for everybody else. Do you feel like it's gonna make a change, make them more motivated, or just on some?
I hope that people use whatever money that they get, that the government gives them, to really invest in ways to make more money.
That's what you need to do with that money, is invest. But most people are not. They're going to see it as this quick thing until they notice 2 weeks later, like, holy shit, that was nothing.
What if you can invest, though? What do you think the mindset's going to be? You can't invest.
Why can't you invest?
I'm just saying, you might be behind on a few bills. You really need that job.
I mean, yeah, and I guess that can help for...
I'm playing a devil's advocate, but I'm really, focused on what do you think the mindset is going to be? Is it going to make a difference, or is it going to be like, once this shit is gone, it's gone, back to regular life?
People gonna see this like the lottery, like they just won some.
I don't know. So this is what I think. Okay, there's different scenarios, right? For some people, 1,200 is gonna be a lot for the time being, until they notice like that shit ain't nothing for 2 months. Because they're talking about giving you that and then waiting another 2 months to see if they're gonna give us money again. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure people that are needing it right now are gonna be like, holy shit, this is like helping. And then two weeks later, I feel like people are gonna be like, oh shit, I'm broke again. Like. And I'm pretty sure some people are also gonna see it as it's not a lot of money, but I at least can save this or reinvest it into something, or at least take it and then that'll help me jumpstart my self employment. You know what I mean? Because some people might do it that way.
There's gonna be a lot of robberies?
But for that, I mean, I don't see a lot of robberies happen other than. I don't see robberies happening until there's no money.
I feel like robberies gonna happen.
But I feel like robberies are gonna happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen off of that. I think that 1,200 is just gonna suppress that for a little bit, for 2 weeks. But once people are broke again, yeah, robberies are gonna start happening.
I think by the time that they gotta do that 1,200 thing, they're gonna take people out of, because it's gonna cost them a lot. I think they're gonna take people out of quarantine by the time they're ready to release their money.
We'll see. I mean, if you take people out of
Because you
quarantine,
already have Trump saying, "Oh, I mean, I don't think New York should be in quarantine for that long," and like
he don't know what he's talking about.
You said what?
He don't know what he's talking about.
He's saying how he don't
He's
think
just
they should
thinking
be.
about the money. He's not thinking about the situation. He's
Yeah.
thinking about the money. And his motivation is how can we get this country back to normal financially? He's not thinking. I don't think he's really concerned any much about like how do we stop coronavirus.
Because I don't think it's really something that people should be.
Until we find a vaccine, it is. I mean, okay, this is the reality of it. Until we find a vaccine, it really is an issue because we don't have enough hospitals to handle that shit.
And it's too contagious.
Yeah, and it's too contagious, and you know what I mean.
The word out on the street
So
is
that's one thing I do believe in. I do believe that we need to like at least like keep it so that we're not overwhelming the hospital system, the healthcare system, but at the same time, I feel like everyone has their motivation with this shit, and that's why I was saying Trump's motivation is like, yo, the economy's doing bad. That shit's gonna look bad on me. I need people to get back to fucking work.
The word on the street is that, well, this is from what I seen Bill Gates say about it recently, is that it's not as fatal, but it is more contagious than previous viruses that we've seen. And like you said,
Yes.
we don't have enough staff for the contagious rate or whatever you call it. And I would say that I just feel like America is just not ready because it probably didn't come from them.